Welcome back to Guitar Made Simple. I'm Brian Metzger. This is the fourth lesson. If you haven't seen the previous lessons, please go back and review them. Make sure you get them down. Everything that we learn is going to build on the previous lesson. So the first lesson, we looked at the strings. Each string has a letter and a number. We looked at the fingers. Each finger has a number and a name. And we looked at the frets and we learned a secret. And so that where you never have to count frets, you're never going to get lost on the fretboard. And from time to time, you have to review this exercise to keep those frets, those memorized frets 3, 5, 7, 9, and 12. But if you have those memorized along with that +1 rule, you'll never have to count frets on the fretboard. So that was the first lesson. Then the second lesson, we looked at scales and we learned our first scale. In the third lesson, we learned how to play those scales up and down the fretboard. And in that second lesson, we also learned that every note in the scale has a number, a name, a letter, and a chord. At this point, we're going to start talking about chords. So chords come to us in families. And there are more families, but we're just going to start with 3 families. So the first family is the major family. So I'd like you to memorize that the major family includes 1, 4, and 5. So remember we said when we learned that first scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that every note has a number, a letter, a chord in the scale. Now we're learning that 1 has a chord. 1's going to be a major chord. Because the major families 1, 4, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's going to be a major chord, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be a major chord. So eventually we'll learn how to play those chords, but right now what I want you to memorize is that the major family is 1, 4, and 5, that those notes are going to be associated with major chords. Now, the second family is the minor family. The minor family is 2 and 6. So what does that mean? In our scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 is going to be a minor chord, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is going to be a minor chord. So major families 1, 4, and 5, minor families 2 and 6. Our final family is the inversion family. And the inversion family is another type of major, but we're going to just say that much about it for right now. The inversion family is 3 and 7. Inversion simply means you take one of the notes from inside the chord and you put it on the bottom, so you invert it. So we're referring right now to first inversions. But so now I want you to name for me the 3 chord families and the numbers that go along with them. So major, minor, and inversion. The major families 1, 4, and 5. The minor families 2 and 6, and the inversion family is 3 and 7. So review that, rehearse that, practice that, and one of the secrets about this guitar method made simple is that one of the secrets of this method of one of the secrets of Guitar Made Simple is that repetition is the mother of skill. So I'm going to rehearse that saying with you just to get that more deeply anchored. So repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition is the mother of what? Skill. What's the mother of skill? Repetition. How's the saying go? Repetition is the mother of skill. Get that anchored with you. And so go back and review lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and now lesson 4. And we'll see you at lesson 5.